Hi there, it's time to look at Polkadot through the Wyckoff lens again. So if you're new to my sessions, here are the 3 key points I'll cover during the session. Let's start with the weekly chart of Polkadot. So here, this weekly view, the macro view, is telling us we're still going through a stage of deeper tests. And when we get to the daily chart, we'll be able to see in detail what's going on. The thing here is, this is the very first week after the 2 previous weeks of longer red candles that a cross is showing up. So that means the bulls and the bears may be agreeing on this equilibrium position for now at around $2.20. So it's pretty close or right around this 2.28 level. Where does this level come from? This 1.52, 2.28, and 3.0. 3.0 is from the previous test back in mid-June, but the other two were from the October 10th event, because in the history of Polkadot, we have to go back 5 years ago. So both this October 20th, 2000, October, okay, let me clear my mind. August 2020, sorry about that, and October 2025 are both references that we get these lines or these levels, okay? They aren't as strong as the other key levels, but those two are the only weeks that we have references from. Alright, crypto has gone through a crazy period, and in some of the charts, we see these kind of scenarios. So hopefully, with this little inverted cross over here, we'll be able to see Polkadot eventually finding support. If it does and continues to trade sideways above this 2.28 or around this 2.28 level, it will eventually get to a point between these two lines, the triangle, okay? This resistance line and this support line. And it's pointing towards sometime near or right before Christmas that Polkadot may have a chance to come back to challenge the $3 level. Alright, so that's why I said there will be more tests. The probability of getting more tests is higher. While we are hoping to see Polkadot to come back to challenge the orange key level of $5.2. That was where the automatic rally was back in May, and the sign of strength. It's not as strong as we hoped for, but it did came close enough to where the orange key level was, as well as where the automatic rally closes back in September. Okay, so we hope to see a stronger sign of strength. I've adjusted attacks a little, not only the size but also the positions of them. In the past, when I started, I pulled up too many, and some of them I might have tagged these tags in the too squeezed space. Sometimes they may not be the ideal position that they should be, so I've made some adjustments. Alright, so that's the big picture, okay? We hope to see the sign of strength and eventually further up, but it's too early as of this moment. But when it comes, it can be pretty quick in the matter of a couple of weeks sometimes. So if we look to the left, what happened back in November 2024, it only took 5 weeks to get to the climax. Alright, so when I say quick, it's quick in terms of the swing trade perspective, not the day trade perspective. Alright, daily chart, what is it telling us? So this downtrend is still continuing, and it's finally trading sideways for 4 consecutive days. So we hope to see this continue and eventually break outside of this downtrend. Alright, currently it's still within the weaker half of the channel box or the air hockey table. Why air hockey table? Because if you imagine you're playing air hockey and the price is going to bounce between the boundaries as well as this center line. The center line doesn't have to cut the box exactly in half, but it should line up where most of the heads and tails ended within the box, okay, not the edges themselves. So look at where it has been bouncing, okay, it has been trading at the lower half of the channel. But if you switch to the candlesticks wheel, you'll see the exact range of those boundaries. Currently, our hope is for it to get back to the stronger side, where it will get better chances to break out, and these levels will give us indications. So if this horizontal trade continues, coming to the end of this month, we have only less than a week left, before December the 2nd, somewhere around that, it's going to test or tell us whether this downtrend is going to continue. Alright, this triangle is a trend decision point. If it continues to trade sideways, that means this downtrend is finally over. Even though it's not the best scenario, like going up to challenge and show a sign of strength, it's still a good sign that it's not going further south. However, if it can't stay above this 2.28 roughly, that level, currently we are at 2.24, that's close enough. If we can't stay above that level, we may have to wait for a little longer before the breakout happens. Plus, it may go back to the 1.52 level to challenge that and find the more solid support. It's not the lowest point. October 10th went to about $1, alright, or 99 cents. So we have seen worse. Okay? Let me know in the comments, like enlarging the text, whether it helps you, because I know everybody watches on different devices. So hopefully this works better, and for Polkadot, I hope it's actually finding support around this $2.20 level and starts to do horizontal at least. Best if we come up to challenge 5.2 orange key level. Thanks for joining me. See you in other sessions.